Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Citi News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Tonight I'm here with
Ejibi Wiafe Akenting.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes, President John Dramani Mahama terminates, or rather directs the immediate termination of all contracts between the Government of Ghana and Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited, which is SML, following the conclusion of an investigation by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Meanwhile, the company says it did not do any wrong or did not engage in any wrongdoing. Also coming up, minority in parliament demands source of funding for the operations of the newly created Gold Board. And later on Eyewitness News, following massive public agitation and demands, government lays instrument in parliament seeking to revoke an earlier LI permitting mining in forest reserves. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
Bank of Ghana warns selective acceptance of some denominations threatens price stability.
That's in 15 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a number of affiliate stations, including on Beach 105.5 FM, Sky 93.5 FM, both of them based in Takoradi, in Sunyani, on Greener 95.9 FM, in Ankaria, beg your pardon, in the Ashanti region. We are on Adwinpa 99.9 FM. We are also in the Volta region on Heritage 107.3 FM. We are on Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohwe, Freedom 88.1 FM in Sugakopa in the Volta region. In the northern region, we are on Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba. In Upper East, we are on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. In the northeast region, we are on Nobia 98.1 FM in Nalerigo. We are live also on YouTube and we are live on Facebook. You can send us your messages on WhatsApp 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. That's a WhatsApp number. You can go on Twitter, now known as X, and mention me at Umaru Sanda or at Citi973. You can also mention the handle. You either mention the handles or use the hashtag Eyewitness News, and the world will get to hear what you think. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu here with Ejubi Wiafe Akenting. We start off with what has happened on the minority bench in relation to the Gold Board. Now, the Gold Board is a new company that has been set up by this administration, and there's a question being asked by the chairperson of the Subsidiary Legislation Committee of Parliament, an MP for the constituency where we are broadcasting from, Okaikwe Central, the Honorable Patrick Buama. He has been asking some questions at a briefing today. He's joined us on the line. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Good evening, Umaru. Good evening to cherished listeners and the good people of Okaikwe Central.
Hope you're doing well.
How are you, please?
I'm well. Hope you're doing well too. Yeah.
By God's grace.
Thank God.
Just stepped out to speak with you.
That's good. I appreciate it. What is your issue with the Gold Board?
Oh, thank you very much. I have no such personal issues, but I had some legitimate questions that I posed. I must say it's a very good initiative for government to have gold trade streamlined properly so that we derive the right benefits, whether under PMMC or under Gold Board. But I've observed a trend that I needed some answers to. Fortunately, they reached out and I'm trying to get some answers to the questions that I posed, especially how they are surviving as an institution that is not well funded, but seem to be doing well and ticking the boxes, especially when the minister told the country that he was going to give Gold Board $279 million from the budget, and my text doesn't tell me that or reveal that. So those are some of the issues. The second issue that I sought some answers from was for the licensing of so many companies within a short time. And the third one was the fact that their website has not been up and running, especially when you look at Section 42 of the Act, which requires them to be posting certain very important information every quarter. So those are the preliminary issues that I raised. I am sure with the Chief Executive, Mr. Jemfi, who I see as very proactive, will come out with some of the answers so that we lay a very solid foundation for an institution that we believe that is going to help the good people of this country if it's well managed. So
the Gold Board was a creation of Parliament, correct?
100%. In 2025, I think Act 1140, assented to by the President in April 2025. I don't have the legislation with me. I just stepped out.
Okay, so I asked that because usually when you have an act through the bill process, you would have planned how it is going to be funded and all of those
100%.
things. So you are saying that based on the law, the funding ought to come from where, and which funding has not been released,
if
for which reason you have a problem?
Section 18, it tells you about allocations from budgetary support or funding from the budget. That's the first source of funding, loans, grants, like we always do when we are setting up a fund. So it describes us or sets out the funding sources of the Gold Board. And if I'm getting indication that there hasn't been budgetary allocation to the Gold Board, then one will be tempted to find out how are they surviving and how are they undertaking their operations. That's all I sought to do.
Now, is there a possibility that the executive can fund the board? Would that be against the law?
It cannot be because the funding sources are set out by statute. You understand?
So it cannot be done in any. It cannot be done in any other way. The funding ought to come through the only process.
Ought to be aware of every revenue stream that goes to the fund or the board. Let me put it that way, because embedded in the legislation is the funding source to keep the institution set out by Parliament running. So if for any reason the funding source changes, Parliament ought to be made aware, or there has to be an amendment to that provision so that we all know that these are additional sources of funding accruing to the Gold Board. You understand me? So once that has not been done, if somebody else is using any other means of funding the Gold Board, then that has to be looked into.
While you are asking this question at a press conference, what options are available for you in the House of Parliament to ask these questions so that you would have proper answers? Because we called the Gold Board. The communications director said to us he will not speak to us. And so we will not be able to.
Please?
He said he will not speak to us, so we will not be able to ask these questions and expect answers from him or the company itself. Neither the CEO nor the head of comms. But are there procedures you can use in Parliament to get answers for Ghanaians who want to know?
Yes, according to the Act, the Minister of Finance is the minister responsible for that institution. So he can be someone to appear before the House to answer questions, which I intend doing if I don't get the requisite responses that I put out. Because I started this through an RTI process. And let me tell you, they were very responsive. especially when I needed to know the number of companies that the board has licensed within the time frame of their coming into being. They were very responsive, very organized, professional answers provided. So I don't think Mr. Jemfi will have a problem having to explain to some of us how he's surviving without the requisite funding from the Ministry of Finance. That's all our problem.
Considering that Gold Board took over what used to be the
PMMC.
The PMMC.
Precious minerals
Is there
marketing.
a possibility that there would be existing funds that can be relied on?
Not at all. Not at all. Especially when the new Gold Board Act repealed the PNDC legislation or that legislation that set up the PMMC. There are transitional provisions, but it doesn't cover that.
Very well. Thank you. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
You too. That's the Honorable Patrick Buama. He is the chairperson of the Subsidiary Legislation Committee of Parliament and also the Member of Parliament for Okaikwe Central. Asking questions of how the Gold Board is being funded, because according to him, no budgetary allocation has been made, and yet the Gold Board as a company exists and is functioning, and he wants to know what the source of funding for that company is. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra. I am Umaru Sandamadu here with Ejubi Wiafi Akintin. We'll be back to talk about other issues here on Eyewitness News. Please stay with us.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509-551-609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
My hands are champion, creating temptation, 100% natural kibo, ginger, garlic, onion, no salt, no MSG, no preservatives, steam them natural, chicken, fish and meat, yes,
Kivo 3 in 100% natural ginger garlic onion powder. Incredible aroma, champion taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Ginger, garlic and onion, 3-in-1 Kivo.
The jamming never stops. The game never stops. The productivity never stops. The music never stops. At G&J, we keep your world powered with reliable generators, solar energy, and UPS solutions, so the power never stops. Your go-to for total energy solutions, making sure you work, thrive, and live life uninterrupted. Visit our website, gjtechghana.com, or call us on 0302-689-178 or 179 or 0202-222-220. G&J, your energy partner.
Dreaming big, thinking Africa. UBA Ghana's got your back. For business growth and expansion, UBA Ghana's got your back. With a 6 billion after loan facility, UBA Ghana's got your back. With POPs, send and receive money anywhere, UBA Ghana's got your back.
UBA Ghana has got your back. With the 6 billion after loan facility, your business can grow, export, and trade across the continent.
And with PAPS, send and receive money across Africa instantly. Now live on Leo, your 247 digital banking buddy. UBA Ghana.
Connecting you to Africa's opportunities. UBA.
Africa's global bank.
UBA Ghana's got your back.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM.
You're welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra. I am Umaru Sandamad here with Ejubi Wiafi Akinton. Let's talk about SML now, shall we, Ejubi?
President John Dramani Mahama has directed the immediate termination of all contracts between the Government of Ghana and Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited, SML. This directive was contained in a letter signed by the Secretary to the President, Dr. Callistus Mahama, and addressed to the Minister of Finance, Dr. Casey Altofonsen. The letter instructed the Finance Minister to take immediate steps to end all existing agreements involving SML. The OSP recently concluded its investigation into the revenue assurance contracts between SML and the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, which examined issues related to alleged procurement irregularities, contractual overreach, and value for money concerns. According to findings shared by the Special Prosecutor Kisie Jibing at a presser yesterday, the investigation concluded that there was no genuine need for engaging SML for the services it's purported to perform.
Now, if you listen to the Special Prosecutor Kisie Jibing yesterday, there was special mention and commendation to the journalists behind the expose that has brought us this far. Evans Aziamo, I think there was Audrey and my own former SRC President Manasseh Azuri Awuni, who is joining us on the line, journalist with the Fourth Estate at the time when they did this work. He's joining us on the line. You're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, my former JJ and then JIMSA president.
I must say, I was proud hearing you get a national commendation from the Special Prosecutor yesterday. Congratulations, my brother. I think I've forgotten the third name, the lady on your team. Evans.
Ajua Adobio.
Fantastic. Congratulations to you all for that brilliant work. Now, summarize for us, for a layman listening in your village of Krachi, what you found with this SML contract, for which reason the government now has to intervene through the OSP, or the state has to intervene through the OSP and plan to prosecute people. What were they doing in simple terms, SML, which is against the law or which was wrong?
Yes, they have two contracts at the ports, external price verification and transaction audit, that if you imported a product and they wanted to calculate the duties, someone had to verify whether you declared the exact amount that you bought the product for, and this company claimed to be doing that. If you look at even the KPMG report, which came with the President's white paper, President Akufo-Addo's white paper, it said the GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority, had inbuilt systems that were already checking this, so those two contracts were not needed. So those two were terminated after our initial investigation, and then that was done in 2024. Then also, they went to the port. They went to the downstream petroleum sector, that the fuel you and I buy at the pumps, when they come into the country and they are at the depots, before they move from the depots to the filling stations through those big tankers, there is a meter that ensures that the quantity that comes into the system is taken. And it is that quantity that is taxable. So if they load 50,000 liters, then the government will take taxes from the 50,000 liters after they have sold it. Previously, there were problems with people who went to lift, they would go and sell and not return the tax component and then go away with it. So that was the main problem in the sector. The National Petroleum Authority and the Ghana Revenue Authority put measures together and introduced something they call the ERDMS, Enterprise Relational Data Management System. which they connected to the customs system, that if you load anywhere in this country, whether in Bupe, Takrade, Kumasi, Tema, and then you refuse to pay, they will lock you out, so you cannot go anywhere and load. This system also ensured that whatever listings that were done were transferred to the GRA and they taxed. But somehow, a company came in, and we now know, and we knew at the time because we published some letters, that the man who is now a fugitive of justice, Ken Oforiatta, was behind this company and pushing not only for them to do this, but also to even extend certain services to other sectors, that they were also doing measurement. The interesting thing is that the measurements that this company came and was doing was not as accurate as the existing ones. So the GRA never used SML's measurement for revenue purposes. They made claims that they were checking under declaration, diversion, and dilution of petroleum products. Our investigations showed that this company was lying. So when we met them for the interview, we put it to them that, look, these are the things you have claimed. It's even on your website. We have investigated and realized that your claims are false. They admitted and deleted those claims. They also claimed that their services had saved Ghana about $3 billion. When we put it to them, they could not stand by it. And if you watch the documentary, you find Christian Tetesoti say, well, I don't know of any website matter. He initially claimed that the media had misreported them. So it appeared this company was just brought in, plugged into our revenue system, and was making so much money, and nothing by way of value was accruing to the state. 2023, Ken Oforiatta wrote a letter, and Ernest Akore, who is at large with him, was the one who signed that letter on behalf of Ken Oforiatta, asking the Ghana Revenue Authority to now extend the services of SML to the oil-producing areas of Ghana sector, and also the gold and minerals mining sector, with very outrageous terms. Under that contract, every barrel of oil Ghana produced, SML would get $0.75. When we did our calculation at the time, this company was entitled to 120,000. And then gold mining sector, that they were supposed to get 0.75% of the total production. So now that we are doing billions and the gold revenue has increased, this company, if this contract had gone through, just be sitting down and getting so much money. And when we did our calculation, this company was entitled to about $110 million every single year per the consolidated contract. That is over $500 million for the first 5 years, and this contract was to be renewable for another 5 years. So the summary of the investigation and what the OSP has come up with is somebody somewhere just decided that a shady contract should be signed and plugged into some of the most assured revenue sectors of the country. The oil producing sector, the gold and minerals mining sector, the ports, and also the petroleum, downstream petroleum sector. So that if you stand up, buy fuel anywhere in Ghana, anybody who buys fuel, this company has a percentage of revenue from that.
Manasseh, so does it mean, is it the case that what they were doing was duplicity of what GRA was doing and MPA was doing, so they were doing the same work someone else is doing and being paid, or claiming to do that work, or they were not doing any work at all but still being paid?
They were doing an inferior work that was already done by superior technologies. So if you took diversion of oil and fuel products, the MPA and the government had contracted a company that made sure that every vehicle that loaded petroleum product was tracked. So if you go to the MPA command center today, they have trackings of vehicles, even in Burkina Faso, Mali, which loaded products from here. So that system is tracking diversion. Then dilution, they have another company that is checking dilution. And then the other anomalies are checked by this ERDMS, which is also being managed by another company. So when we went to SML, and what we even wanted journalists to ask them whenever they appeared for this, their PR campaign was, what exactly are you checking? You say you are not checking diversion. You are not checking dilution. You are not checking under declaration. These are things you claim you are doing, and then we caught you. You are not doing that. So exactly what problem are they resolving? And the interesting thing is that because their systems, even the measurement was inferior to the meters that already existed, the GRA was not using their measurement for tax purposes. And we had all of this on record. They spoke to us. We didn't put a gun to anybody's head to make these confessions during our investigation. So, if you ask me, services were already being done by the hard-working staff of the GRA who were at every depot. And then another company just comes in to claim to do a similar thing. Unfortunately for that meters were not as accurate as the existing ones.
Interesting.
So they were doing something that was inferior to what was already being done and taking so much money, billions, and claiming credit for all the work that the other systems put in place were being implemented.
Yesterday, when the special prosecutor did a press conference, he mentioned 6 persons, names of 6 persons, and he said he will be prosecuting them by the end of this November. Now, the curious thing I find there is that about 3 or 4 of them are all former bosses at the Ghana Revenue Authority. One, who is the boss of the SML, was once the head at the GRA. Can you explain to us what their involvement was and then tie that to Ken Ofori-Atta? And Ken Ofori-Atta, was his role purely because the back stopped with him, or he was part of what a judge once said, a create, loot, and share cabal?
Let me begin with Ken Ofori-Atta. When we saw this outrageous contract extending the services to the mining sectors and the oil producing sectors, we wrote to the Minerals Commission and they said they knew nothing about it. We wrote to the Petroleum Commission, which was at the sector implementers and regulators of the petroleum sector. They knew nothing about it. But Ken Ofori-Atta sat in his office and determined, according to the letter, that the services of SML were needed there. So we asked these organizations, do you have any report, evidence that there are leakages that you need to bring a third company or another company in? They said no. So Ken Ofori-Atta, contrary to what people think that the buck just stops with him, he's very much deeply involved in it. And he's like the mastermind of this outrageous contract. And there's evidence to that effect. If you take the GRA officials, that is the most unfortunate part of it. Because the claim was that GRA lacked the capacity to do this. And that is why they had to bring another company to do it. So if you are, let's say, a news editor at Citi FM, and you think that, well, proofreading is not the best. So let's bring another person to come and then, or let's outsource our proofreading to a company. Then after outsourcing the proofreading to the company, then the editor at Citi, who was supposed to be doing the proofreading, now goes to that company to be working as a manager of proofreading. So the question is, did you really need that service? And that is what happened. The former commissioner of customs, Isaac Crenshaw, at the GRA, is now the general manager of SML. If you take the reports from ours, the KPMG, and then special prosecutor, a lot of the laws were not followed. The head of legal at GRA, a former head of legal, is now at SML. The man who was the technical advisor to the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Christian Tetesuti is also now the MD of SML. So it is like, okay, it looks like they sat down and created a system that was not needed. And then when they left GRA, they went to this same system to benefit. And it is interesting to add that to do auditing and revenue assurance services, the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana has to license you to do the work. We wrote to them, SML has not got that license. So if the ICG Ghana even wants to prosecute per their act, they should also be taking this company on for practicing accountancy and auditing services without a license. So a lot of the mess is so interlinked. And interestingly, the head of KPMG, who was there when this report was done, the managing partner, is also now the GRA boss. So there's such a murky mix of personalities and interests that it's a bit difficult to separate in this scandal.
Is your team and yourself willing to come and help the state to prosecute this matter? That's one. And the second question is, Martin Kpebu, yesterday I spoke to him. He was very disappointed in the SP. He said the SP stood aside and watched for Ken Ofori-Atta to leave the country before starting this process. So he thinks that it is a little too late. What's your view on that matter? And considering that you're in the US, maybe you may just, bring home somebody for a bounty.
Well, normally I have supported the state in all the cases I investigated. I went to court. Whenever they call on me, I appear to testify as a prosecution witness for the state. The last one was the ABAJ case when I was cross-examined for close to a year and a half. I think the last one was done when I was doing my fellowship at Harvard. So it was done in virtual means. So I'm ever prepared and willing to support the state in the prosecution. I believe in the work I've done, and I can testify to that in court. The delays of the OSP, I think I side with those who think it delayed. I have said it on some platforms already that I believe that the work could have been done earlier and faster than this. But office also says it has its own challenges. But I think the most important thing now is that there appears to be some thorough work, some really deep investigations, and when you read the report, it appears the OSP has covered almost all the important angles. And the question would now be, what happens next? I am thinking that we should even be charging more people than that, because the company that did this work, they made some false claims, took some money that they were not supposed to take. I think we should be asking them to account. And if you look at 2024, when the president said the contracts should be suspended, some payments were made, and the OSP's report mentioned that even when Julie Esiam, the GRA Commissioner General, said some payments shouldn't be done, they still went ahead and paid. I think more people should be brought in to answer questions. If there's evidence that the head of the GRA said some payments shouldn't be done, and those payments were made, and the contracts, those two contracts were already cancelled. So whoever paid that money should also come in. So I am thinking that more people and then more money should be retrieved as a result of this work.
Thank you so much. We'll be speaking more on this on the big issue tomorrow. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thanks for having me, Sander.
That's Manasseh Azuriawini. He's an investigative journalist who is helping the state to prosecute that issue of money that the state lost through that SML contract, for which reason the state plans to go to court through the Office of Special Prosecutor towards the end of this month to charge some 6 persons, including former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta and a Citi Member of Parliament. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Do you have anything related to SML?
Yes. So meanwhile, the Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited has rejected allegations by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. They're suggesting irregularities and underperformance in its revenue assurance contracts with the Ghana Revenue Authority.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Are you ready to unlock the next big thing? It's a universe of endless possibilities. Get ready to be part of this universe.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Go me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
Is that not my daughter's picture and name on your school's billboard?
Oh, yes.
But why? Is that how things are done?
Oh, madam, but I thought you would be happy to see your child's picture on display by the school. She's a star.
Star for what? Look, take that billboard down right now. My child and I need to know when our personal information is being shared, how it is shared, and what it is used for in any organization. It is my daughter's personal space and her privacy matters. Why would you do that?
Madam, please, exercise patience.
Assert your privacy rights. Request erasure. Restrict the use of your information. You can give and withdraw consent to the collection, usage, and disclosure of your information from any organization. It's your rights. It's the law. Privacy is everyone's responsibility. To learn about your rights and more, visit www.dataprotection.org.gh or call 0256 301533. Remember, privacy is personal.
Hey, Ruben. Every 2 seconds notification. The Momo keeps on coming. It keeps on coming, eh?
Ma, I am the community Momo man now. People send money, and with the Momo app, every payment is done. My transactions are flying.
Hey, Adeng.
Ma, you didn't know, eh?
Over 2 million Ghana Cedis is up for grabs in the Stillman Saka promo. Transact more than 100 Ghana Cedis with your Momo app, and you could win daily, weekly, and monthly cash prizes, and 100,000 Ghana Cedis grand prize. And it's not just payments and money transfers. Bank to wallet transactions, savings, loans, investments, pensions, POS transactions, and Momo transactions from other partner platforms qualify. This promo runs in collaboration with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let's talk about Galamsey now, shall we?
The government has laid before Parliament the Environmental Protection Mining in Forest Reserves Revocation Instrument 2025. The legislative instrument, which is expected to mature into law in the next 21 sitting days, seeks to revoke LI 2501, which limited the President's power to authorize mining in forest reserves, and completely revoke LI 2462. The move forms part of the government's renewed efforts towards the fight against illegal mining, also known as Galamsey. The Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology said the repeal forms part of a broader national strategy to combat illegal mining, including initiatives such as the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program and the work of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS.
Let's go on the phone lines and speak to the coordinator of Eco-Conscious Citizens, Aula Sewa. Now, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. You have been an advocate for the repeal of or the revocation of that LI. It appears what you've asked for and what many people have been asking for is about to happen. Celebrations?
Well, good evening to you and your listeners, and thank you very much for having me. We are pleased that after a lot of campaigning and, an amendment instead of a revocation, we are pleased that finally the revocation has been laid before Parliament, and that we are confident that within the passage of time, the 21 days or whatever, it will be revoked. But let's be absolutely clear. LI 2462 was referring to licenses that were being given to mine in forest reserves. So that would have been quote-unquote legal mining in forest reserves. Now, illegal mining are people who are mining without a license. Although if you have a license and you go outside the parameters of your license, it's illegal mining. But you see, the war should still be going on robustly. LI 2462 is only one step in the war against irresponsible mining. But LI 2462 dealt with licenses that were being granted to mine in forest reserves. What is causing a lot of problem right now is people just mining, decimating our forest reserves, poisoning our water bodies without any concern for the population. So this is not being affected by LI 2462. LI 2462 doesn't concern farmland. It doesn't concern water bodies. It's only to do with forest reserves. So we are saying that the fight against illegal mining must be renewed, it must be consistent, it must be sustained. As we speak, I've just received a message that 2 excavators have found their way to Atronsu, and the activists there are concerned that it's going to poison the Atronsu stream, the only source of drinking water in Atronsu. As I speak, we've received reports that there's illegal mining going on in the Draw Forest Reserve in Nzima. There are so many different hotspots where there's illegal mining going on, and this will not be affected in any way by the revocation of LI 2462. It's for this reason that activists were asking for a state of emergency to strengthen the fight, to release all our resources to our water bodies, our farmland, all the hotspots, so that we can uproot this canker before it destroys us all.
So you are happy, you are celebrating, but you are concerned about implementation even after the revocation.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm celebrating. I'm saying that it's a step in the right direction. But we know that the house is on fire. And right now it seems we're using buckets of water instead of getting the fire service. What I'm saying is that even with the revocation of LI 2462, there's still illegal mining going on in forest reserves. Even with the revocation of LI 2462, this doesn't affect the chanfans on our water bodies, the diversion of the Ankobra River, and all the environmental terrorism going on. So I'm saying that much as it's a step in the right direction and we applaud it, we can't celebrate as our water bodies are still being poisoned, as the rise in kidney disease has gone up 4 times, as we are being told that we cannot consume contumely because most of it is poisoned, and a lot of our foodstuffs are poisoned. And we cannot rejoice so long as the house is still burning, and we don't seem to be getting the fire service to deal with the fire. We're still dealing with it with buckets of water. In Afshonsu, for instance, they tried unsuccessfully to contact NAMOS. Even a phone number that one can use to contact NAMOS is not available. The number that was given does not go through to NAMOS.
Interesting. We'll keep an eye on that, and we pray that it goes and comes through and becomes law. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you for having me.
This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. So that was the coordinator of Eco-Conscious Citizens, Awula Sewa, speaking to us. Now, she was speaking to us in relation to an instrument that has been laid in Parliament to revoke an existing airline. Talking about Parliament, there's a story that is just coming through I want to share with you. The Speaker of Parliament, Aban Bagbin, has directed the clerk to Parliament to deduct 1,000 Ghana cedis from the November salaries of each member of Parliament and donate the funds to the Breast Society of Ghana in support of the fight against breast cancer. With all 276 MPs contributing, Aban Bagbin announced that he would top up the total amount to 300,000 Ghana cedis to strengthen efforts aimed at combating the disease. Addressing the House, the Speaker highlighted the devastating impact of breast cancer, especially on women, stressing the need for collective action. Let's listen to Speaker Bagbin.
Office deduct 1,000 Ghana cedis from office. Deduct 1,000 Ghana cedis from each member's salary for the month of November to be dedicated to the fight we are all engaged in, the Cancer Awareness Month, and that money be given to the Breast Society of Ghana. That will make it up to 276,000 Ghana cedis. I will provide the remaining so that we run it up to 300,000, which we donate to the Breast Society of Ghana to assist them in the work they are doing. This is a very important matter. I have seen, I've witnessed how devastating the breast cancer is to our women. And I think that if we had some of these statements earlier on, we could have done more.
So that's the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, Aban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin.
The government says it is taking steps to pay 17 months of unpaid allowances owed to beneficiaries of the Youth in Afforestation Program. The initiative, which ended in February, left thousands of participants demanding their arrears. Appearing before the Public Accounts Committee, Deputy Lands and Natural Resources Minister Yusuf Suleiman assured that processes are underway to clear the outstanding payments and address the concerns of affected beneficiaries.
There's been a number of complaints around Youth in Afforestation Program, and there's been some bit of complaints coming from a lot of these young people that were involved in that program. The committee wants to know how much of that debt is still outstanding, because if it went down from 127 to 62, it means that you've made significant progress. So can you update the committee on where we are with the Youth in Afforestation Program?
Honorable Chair, the Youth in Afforestation Program commenced in 2018 and it was phased out March 2025. At the time of phasing out the program, we were in arrears of almost 17 months' salaries or allowances, and the amount due was about 45 million. This has been duly audited by government, and we've received assurance that it will be paid in due time.
About 79 million has been verified, and we are working to see if we can pay.
You heard the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Yusuf Suleimana.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ijubi Biafe Akente. Let's settle for the details. The Bank of Ghana has reiterated that the Ghana Cedi remains the sole legal tender in the country's cautioning traders and market operators against rejecting any officially used coins, including the smaller denominations. Director of Communications at the Central Bank, Bernard Otabil, warned that the practice undermines confidence in the national currency and poses risks to efforts aimed at maintaining price stability. Speaking to the media on the sidelines of the Citi at 60 Fun Day for school kids at the Banking Square, Bernard Otabil stressed that the partial acceptance of the Ghana cedi could have broader economic consequences.
The important thing to recognize is that when we say something is a legal tender, it means that it is legally backed by law, right? And therefore, you don't have any right to refuse to accept those notes. However, it could be due to act of ignorance. I personally have had the opportunity to speak to someone on this issue. A media person called me and he was right there with someone, and the person was trying to explain that the coin that he was being given was quite too much, and that it's not that he was refusing. When I tried to explain to them the possible sanctions that he could face by refusing to accept a legal tender, he said, well, I'm not refusing, and where do I put it? You see, I would say that sometimes it is just the way the people transact their business, and some feel that coins will be bulky, and therefore if you gave me a note for that much, it will be much more useful. So in that sort of interaction and exchange, it may appear maybe a bit of an outright rejection of a legal tender. We understand that, we know that. And what do we do? That is why, as part of this commemorative event, we are going to go in a nationwide campaign.
Bernard Otabil is Director of Communications at the Bank of Ghana. Businesses in Ghana and across Africa are being urged to leverage data and analytics as key tools for transformation and resilience in the face of evolving economic challenges. The Center for Business Analysis says companies that effectively use data to drive decision-making are more likely to stay competitive and achieve long-term growth. Speaking to Citi Business News on the sidelines of the Maiden Business Analysis Summit held in Accra, Executive Director of the Center, Stephen Obeng-Kwate, said the era of treating data as a back-office function is over.
This summit aims to bring together industry leaders and practitioners in the field of business analysis and data analysis. And this year's theme is Change Catalyst, Driving Strategic Impact Through Analysis. As we are all aware, data and analysis plays an important role in industry. Industries are thriving by leveraging on data. We can think of the Amazons, the Ubers, the MTNs in Ghana and Africa across the world. Companies are leveraging on data. So we see it as an industry player to bring together these professionals to have one voice. I mean, data and analysis is no more a support function, but rather a strategic one. Hence, bringing together all these professionals to actually mark the Global Business Analysis Day.
That was the Executive Director of the Center for Business Analysis, Stephen Obeng-Kwate. Now, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT, is set to acquire an additional 110 megawatt power plant to strengthen Ghana's electricity supply. Director General of SNIT, Kwesi Afrebani, says the move forms part of the Trust's broader investment strategy to support national development while generating sustainable returns for contributors. Speaking at the media interaction in Accra, he explained that the investment aligns with Ghana's growing energy needs and underscores SNIT's role in driving long-term economic growth through smart, productive ventures.
That investment has been good, and the value of that investment has more than doubled since that investment was made. We also have a responsibility to be a market player. We are providing power for the people of Ghana. We are providing employment for people who do not have jobs. By bringing in that new 110 megawatts power plant, new engineers have been hired, new accountants have been hired, new admin staff have been hired. The more we improve on the investments we have and expand, not only are we collecting contributions for the Ghanaian worker, but we are also providing employment opportunities. But crucially, all these investments are defined by prudent investment returns that we want to see. The Kumasi new plant, the new plant in Kumasi is costing us roughly about $140 million.
That was the Director General of SNIT, Kwesi Afre-Baini. Now, GCB Bank PLC has introduced the Amber Club, an exclusive platform to deepen engagement with its high net worth clients through tailored experiences and personalized banking solutions. It forms part of the bank's customer-centric strategy to strengthen long-term relationships and deliver premium value to its top-tier clients. Chief Marketing, Communications and Customer Experience Officer at GCB Bank, Cynthia Ofori-Jumfo, says the Amber Club goes beyond a loyalty program because it is a strategic investment in customer relationships.
Banking is all about relationships. We understand that in order for our customers to excel, we need to have a great relationship with them. We need to be there for them. And the Amber Club serves as our opportunity to establish that squarely with our customers. And for us, the objective of the Amber Club is about the future. How do we establish ourselves as their bank for life? And everything we're doing with the Amber Club, from curated experiences to specialized services to intentional support, is also just aligning to our customer-centric vision as a bank. We're looking forward to establishing ourselves firmly as a bank that takes customers more than important. You know, customers are the reason why we are, and we want them to understand that it's about the legacy of support, a legacy of trust that we bring to the table through the Amber Club.
Cynthia Ofori-Jumfo is the Chief Marketing, Communications and Customer Experience Officer at GCB Bank PLC. Vanguard Assurance Company Limited has reaffirmed its commitment to the prompt payment of claims as it celebrates 50 years of service in Ghana's insurance industry. The company says it remains focused on strengthening customer confidence and driving innovation in insurance delivery as part of its anniversary milestone. Chief Executive Officer of Vanguard Assurance, Frederick Adote-Saka, made the remarks on the sidelines of an event to commemorate the company's Golden Jubilee.
50 years in any business, or the life of any business, is a long time. It's been 2 generations so far. We are happy with how far we have come. We have come far because of our customers. And this occasion is just to be thankful and grateful to our customers for the support they have given us, for trusting in us, and believing in us to be their insurer of choice. We have been here because of our clients. We want to remain here again for the next 50 years. So it's all about offering value to our clients, being there for them when the unfortunate happens. When a claim crystallizes, it's all about the speed with which the claim is settled. That is not the moment to ask for too many documentations here and there. It's about empathizing with the client and making sure that you meet their needs as early as you can.
Frederick Adote-Saka is CEO of Vanguard Assurance Company Limited. And that's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejubi Wiafe Akente. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens. If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds, "Hello, Kwame." You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our Express Points to EcoBank Pay, online banking and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change. Powered by EcoBank. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Gugomi, and what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, so
this is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. car. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand the Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go!
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Mumu or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Channel 1 TV has a way of telling their stories. Stories that empower change. Capturing the trending issues, delving into our communities, getting out the voices that matter.
Almost 13 to 16 people were under the ground and it collapsed on them. Yesterday we were able to make it and remove 8 of them and 4 were dead.
Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR, brings you an exhaustive coverage of the day's news. 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Don't mine in forest reserves, and always when you've created a mess, clean it up. The laws are there, so it's not that you need more laws, it is just that you need more enforcement.
Channel 1 Newsroom captures the exact news temperature of the nation. From the northern, western, eastern and southern parts of Ghana, Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR's got you covered.
Let's speak to the core issues in terms of how we can prevent professionals who have been given the mandate to teach our children, and for this matter, the whole children's standard of care, and how they can live up to expectation.
8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
How can somebody wake and you tell the person I appreciate you for 10 good months? I can't stand it. I'm owing rent. What should I do to be able to pay my rent? I don't understand. They should pay us. Enough is enough.
CNR, telling your stories, empowering change. Catch CNR on Channel 1 TV at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Flight 715 is now boarding at Gate 4.
Welcome to the Stanbic Bank app that makes you live a lot more like
topping up my electricity before ECG do me yawa.
That's smart. And you have to send mom money, forgot?
Easy. We'll just transfer from the app.
We are about to take off.
Okay, let me also enable my travel notice.
It was that easy, huh?
Complete. Now I can use my card abroad without it getting declined.
Hey, you forgot to pay your water bill. The guys are outside to disconnect.
Wait a minute. Water bill payment? Done.
Why you lucky?
Charlie, my Stanbic Bank app sorting me back to back.
Level up and do more with the Stanbic Bank app. Download now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call 0302 815 789 to get started. Stanbic Bank.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I'm Omaru Sandama. The Point Blank tonight is focusing on the economic and organized crimes office, EOCO. Officers of EOCO were at the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament today to answer to their work in terms of financial management. It was an interesting conversation. I want you to listen to it too.
You owe 241,000.
Very well, Honorable Chairperson, this occurred due to the rate of tax we should have charged. This was mostly withholding taxes for board allowances, car maintenance for staff, fuel, and all of that. Unfortunately, when the rate changed, the new rate was not applied. And when this was brought to our attention, then we had this debt to settle. And so we are doing our best to ensure that we clear this debt, Honorable Chairperson.
Sir, you implement the law. We make the law, you implement the law.
Very well, Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, if I may, this is a matter we take very serious in the Commission, and I want to assure the committee that we will do our best to clear this debt. We have engaged GRA vigorously on this, and we would ensure that we settle this.
Mr. Chairman, the Executive Secretary made an arrangement with the GRA, and these issues were raised by the auditors. So I think the right thing is that any arrangement for a payment plan should be made known to the auditors. Have you done that? That remains my question.
Honorable Chairperson, we have communicated with the auditors, and again, we would engage them to confirm this communication to the auditors.
Auditors, have you been made aware, or they will engage you to confirm it? Have you been made aware? Have you?
Honorable Chair, what we can confirm is that they have made a payment of 50,000 to the GRA. As to the arrangement between them and GRA concerning the subsequent payment, we cannot attest to that.
Mr. Executive Secretary, you can hear what the auditor has just said. Why did you do that?
Honorable Chairperson, I am advised by my team that we did communicate to the audit team that was on the ground as to the arrangements with the GRA. So we would, yes, Honorable Chairperson, we will go back and ensure that we...
So you've so far paid 50,000 Ghana cedis, and you are left with about 90,000 Ghana cedis. What can you tell us the payment plan that you have with the GRA?
In fact, Honorable Chairperson, we discussed with the GRA, first of all, that they should give us a rebate. This was not accepted. Then we said, given the financial position of the Commission, we would pay immediately anytime we have releases coming in. We would ensure that we make some payment. This really is a tough decision, honestly, and a tough situation for us. We know that we owe. We are not under any circumstance saying we do not owe GRA. But anytime we have releases, we would make some payment. And that has been our plea to the GRA.
Then it means that you don't have any payment plan with the GRA. That is the bottom line. Anytime at all you have releases, you honor payment. It's not a payment plan. Yes, you don't have any payment plan with the GRA.
Madam Chairperson, I believe the import of what he's saying is that they have an arrangement with the GRA for a deferment of the payment until such time that they have money. That is acceptable under the law. The GRA, the commissioner, has the discretionary power, all right, to defer the payment of a tax because the tax is a debt due and owing to the Republic, okay, and it is within the remit of the GRA to say when the taxpayer can make the payment. And in any case, this is a subvented organization that is under financial stress. So to insist that they cough up, monies immediately to pay for this, liability, that was not intentional. I don't think that it is fair. They are not an organization that generates any income. In fact, what they do is to support the poor in accessing legal services. So we should be, as a state, more sympathetic to their situation than be grilling them as we are doing now.
Honorable Minister, I'm happy they are under your purview, they are under your ministry, so that when you go for budgetary allocations, you tell the minister to give them what is due. But when you look at their financial performance, do they receive, apart from, I see a grant of 32 million. Does it come from government or it comes from other sources? I don't see any inflow from government here, and then I see your non-tax revenue.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Everything we receive is from government.
So the grant of 32 million is from government?
Very well, Honorable Chairperson.
So if you got a grant of 32 million and you owe 240, what stopped you from paying your taxes? Because these are the same monies that government generates and uses it to pay you and other ministries, departments, and agencies. So it is clear that you are not placing priority on the payment of your obligations. You have defaulted, you are supposed to pay, you are not paying, you get 32 million, and you choose to use it for other things that you see as equally important. And then you're saying that until budgetary allocations come in. And so, when do you think that the outstanding 190 can be cleared off your books? Because if you get 32 million and you can't pay 241,000 Ghana cedis, and you say you are waiting for budgetary allocations to come, then maybe you need 200 million before you can clear it. And that is not going to happen, because even the AG's department does not get 200 million as grants from government. So please tell us something concrete. You can arrange with the GRA. So you said you have arranged. Can we see something on paper? Because we cannot use your word of mouth to say that it's acceptable for you to pay your taxes through that medium. And so tell us the arrangements, the documented arrangements that you have done with GRA, and let this committee know moving forward when you are going to clear the 190, because 200 million is not going to come for you to clear the 190. When you get 32, you do the needful.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. And we do, in fact, take the recommendation and, of course, the chiding of the committee very seriously. We would furnish you with the documentation, but if I may also humbly request that, yes, given the situation, and as the Honorable Attorney General has also indicated, we would revert to GRA and come back to the committee with something very concrete. The 32 million you are referring to also includes our compensation. It's not totally for our goods and services and operations, but I want to assure you that I take the consideration of the committee very seriously, and we would not take it lightly at all, and ensure this debt is cleared.
Yeah, I know that 32 million includes your compensation of 28 million, so you still have 4 million left. It's a matter of priority. You think it's for government, so it is not necessary, it's not urgent, and that is what I want to drive at. You still had 4 million Ghana cedis, and taking 240,000 Ghana cedis from 4 million Ghana cedis, respectfully, it is something you ought to do. Others come here and they are charged for, I wouldn't say charged because the AG is here, and there's an infraction of non-payment of taxes, and we give them 30 days. We give them 30 days to repay the amounts. So we would want to see some documentation with GRA as to when this payment can be cleared, and it has to be, like I told you, we give them 30 days. So take that into consideration, and please prioritize things that are also equally important, because these are the same taxes that government uses to pay all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Well taken.
All right, go ahead. Thank you, Chairman. Legal Aid Commission. Let me take you back to the unqualified suppliers. Since you interpret the laws, this may come as an advice. If we look at item number 6, you bought toners from Get for Less on the 19th of October 2023 for 22,500. And then if you look at number 7, 1st of November, about 2 weeks, you bought another toners from the same company for 81,000. You know very well that if the amount is more than 100,000, you need to use you need to use a different procurement method. But you decided to buy the 22,000 and then bought another 81,000. But if we put the two together, to more than the 100,000, which you didn't need to use the request for quotation. So why did you decide to break bulk?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. I am advised that we would have to check the dating of these. Breaking bulk is something we are very conscious of in the Commission and would not want to do anything of the sort. So I respectfully and humbly plead that let us confirm the dates there. It may not be a true reflection of the situation. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
We'll let the auditors do that for us. But see, if you don't pay the taxes, we'll send it to the Attorney General for prosecution. Let's go to the next one. Unpresented vouchers of 26,854.
Thank you very much. Honorable Chairperson, we have the vouchers also for verification. I believe, again, we made these available. So, but nonetheless, we have brought all the vouchers concerned for verification by the auditors.
Auditors, have you seen those documents?
Yes, Honorable Chair, in our follow-up, the PVs were presented and were duly verified.
Good. The next infraction is on paragraph 856, and NASA will take care of that one.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Executive Director, if I may borrow the words of your boss, our astute Attorney General, he said, subvented government organization that is under financial distress. But, Executive Director, you spoke about your non-current assets that is increased astronomically because some of your landed properties were revalued. In the same vein, you mentioned Koforidua. In the same vein, Executive Director, you have not taken the steps to register all these lands. And before we realize, we find ourselves in a tug of war with businessmen who are encroaching on our lands. And if you are an institution under financial distress, how can you fight these guys? Please, what steps have you taken in the registration of these lands?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. We have the documents, the title documents for Western Region and for the Ashanti Regional Office. All the others, in fact, we've taken the steps to register them. And we are in the process. There are different stages of the registration process, but at least we have the documentation to share with the auditors also for the Western and Ashanti Regional properties.
Thank you very much. Chairman, with this one, I would like you to let them give us some timelines to register these lands. But they are in prime locations in Koforidua. They are in prime locations. And I know how, that's where I come from, so I know how hot those lands are.
Sir, Lands Commission was here. We asked him about these things. And I wish they had stayed to see what the problem that we are going through. Have you made any attempt to register these?
Yes, Honorable Chairperson.
How long have you been working on it?
I believe since from last year. Yes, from last year we began work on the registration of these properties that we have.
Now, when you say you are working on it, does it mean you've noted it down, or the land has been surveyed, or what was the process you are going through?
The lands have been surveyed.
Yes, sir.
The lands have been surveyed.
And
so it is for us to, continue from the survey with ensuring that the necessary payments are done so that we can complete the registration.
How long will it take you to register these lands? Because I'm interested in your land at Takrady. If you don't want it, I will take it over.
Takrady, Honorable Chairperson, Takrady is registered, yes.
But it's listed here. 0.72 acres of land.
Yes. It was, I'm advised it was early this year that the registration was completed and we received the documentation.
What about the one in Tamale?
Tamale, Tamale is not completed. Yes, Tamale is not completed. Tamale, we are on the premises also of the Judicial Service. There was a Judicial Service that gave us that property. Yes.
What about the one in Kumasi?
Kumasi is also done. Kumasi, we have the documentation. Yes.
Anyway, you guys have enough lawyers to go to court on these lands.
Yes, please.
So that's why you haven't registered them.
Yes. Yes. We don't want to litigate. Honorable Chairperson, I will engage with the Executive Secretary of the Lands Commission. I have met him previously, earlier this year, on our issues. So I will continue that engagement so we ensure this is done as soon as possible, Honorable Chairperson.
All right. You have up to, how long do you think it will take you to do this?
Honorable Chairperson, we would commit to middle of next year, by end of second quarter.
Middle of next year is not an answer.
By 30th June, Honorable Chairperson.
30th June
2026.
All these lands will be registered.
We would ensure that
you have titles to these.
And obtain title documents.
The whole country is watching you.
Very well, Honorable Chairperson. Right. I am aware of the oath I have taken.
All right.
This one goes to Attorney General. There are a lot of institutions under your outfit have issues with their land registration, so we will please urge you to actually enforce, push them to register government lands because it's very crucial.
All right, now let's call Office of the Registrar. Oh, I'm sorry.
Madam Chair, I was just going to thank the honorable member and say that the advice is well taken.
Thank you. Now let's call Office of the Registrar of Companies. Legal Aid Commission, you are discharged. Now,
Madam
Registrar
Chair,
of Companies.
the ORC was not here, so they were not sworn in.
Okay.
So they have to first take the oath before.
Clerk, swear them in, please.
Swear by the Almighty God.
Swear by the Almighty God.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
Touching the matter in issue.
Touching the matter in issue.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Could you please introduce yourself to the committee?
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. I am Mame Sama Pepra, Acting Registrar of Companies.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. I'm the Head of Finance, Vivian Amperi.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. I'm Dennis Bochweche, Head Administration.
Respectfully, Honorable Chair, I am Prince Kaka, Head of Internal Audit.
All right. Honorable Ahinkwa will go through the financials with you, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Office of the Registrar of Companies. Looking at your financial performance, your non-tax revenue, you had 136 million plus, your grants 31 million plus, and then other income also 404,000 plus. So you have a surplus of 62,669,299. So what did you do so extraordinary to get this surplus of 62 million? I want to know. I'm curious.
Respectfully, Honorable Chair, we have engaged in intensive sensitization on our mandate. As part of our mandate under the Companies Act 992, we are supposed to educate the public about our services and the registrations, the various registrations we engage in. So we've done a lot of that sensitization alongside with registration clinics, where we go to various areas and then register businesses and companies as well.
On compensations, you have 16 million, and on the use of goods and services, 63 million plus. I see it to be a bit astronomical. Any explanation? Or because you are earning more, as the mantra is, then you spend more. Because most people come, and that is the trend. They earn more. As they earn more, they spend more. Is that the trajectory? Any explanation?
Respectfully, yes. Respectfully, Honorable Chair, given that we are recently decoupled from the Registrar General's Department, and with the division of the assets, we weren't given a chunk of the assets. So we are now getting most of these assets from our IGF. And the compensation is given by the government, not from our IGF.
Your current ratio is 5 to 4 to 1, which indicates that you will be capable of meeting your short-term financial obligations. I think it's positive. So what do you want to do differently from what you mentioned earlier to quadruple or even better, more than that of what you have achieved earlier?
So that was a conversation at the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, where officers of the Economic and Organized Crimes Office, EOCO, were questioned. That would be it for Eyewitness News tonight, and indeed for the week. We came to you from our studios in Accra. I'm Umaru Sandamado. I did this show tonight with Jubilee Afia Kenton. Production by Beverly London and Kobina Wilson, as well as Sami Wiafe. Technical support from Emmanuel Lati. The new media support came through from Emmanuel Uso and his new media team. We'll be back tomorrow, Monday at 17:30 GMT. But there's CNL tonight on Channel 1 TV at 8 p.m. for more current affairs, and the big issue tomorrow, an analysis of the big stories of the week. We'll catch you on Monday. Thank you. God bless you. I'm leaving you now in the hands of very capable hands of Benjamin Nketiah and the Citi Sports crew as they bring you Sports Panorama.